singing every second, dancing every hour. Oh yeah, you've got a higher power, and she really someone I wanna know.
Inclined towards the days and nights when our pairings come together on the field. Eddie Betts made all the early running on Sunday, much to the delight of the Blues fans. But Adam Treloar, he did spark the Bulldogs as they came storming home over the top. It's been the source of much discussion this game in the aftermath. So they lived it together out on the field. But if there's anything we know about Eddie and Adam, they're lovers, not fighters. They're lovers, not fighters.
Nice.
And it's great to have them together at the desk. Scads, welcome.
Thank you.
You're displaced tonight.
I know, I feel weird. I'm sitting in the wrong spot. Usually I'm next to Robbo.
All the way through.
Good change up.
Yeah.
Good change.
Maybe
What about that fluke goal of yours out of the air? You've never done that before in your life.
Nah, yeah.
That was awesome, buddy.
It just, in those moments, it's just, you don't think, and there's a point where you're going to grab it or you just have a crack. And
So when did you decide? I was only joking. You know it's not a fluke because you've done it a million times.
Nah, it was a fluke.
When did you decide, go back if you can, in your head, when did you know you weren't going to grab it? Did you feel that someone was on your bum, or what were you thinking?
Well, I thought Alex Key, my ex-teammate from Crows, was right. I thought he was going to tackle me, so I thought I'll just have a crack and just try to kick it at midair. And it went through. The luck of the draw.
He would have got good reviews from his son when he got home.
He did. He was very vocal. He wasn't upset. But yeah, I got some good feedback this time. It wasn't negative.
Do the two of you know each other well through the years?
Yeah, we've crossed paths quite a bit. Obviously, when Eddie was at Adelaide and I was at the Giants, we'd met a couple of times. And yeah, I've always had a massive amount of respect for the way Eddie's gone about it and is a champion football player. So I wasn't enjoying that first half when he'd kicked 4 in the first half and there was no answer for him, but I'm glad we got the win.
Have you guys ever received unwanted and unwelcome attention when you're out socially? We're referring... We don't need you to talk about the Rioli and Bolton situation, but have you ever found yourselves in that situation?
Yeah, I definitely have. In fact, I was saying to Eddie before that I don't really enjoy going out, whether it's with mates for a beer or whatever it is after a game, or maybe on a 7-day break, because you always feel like there's eyes on you and people are watching what you're doing. I mean, I went out for dinner on Friday with my sister-in-law, and she was having a couple of cocktails, and I felt just awkward sitting there because I just didn't want someone looking over at me thinking that was me having a drink 2 days before a game, which obviously I wouldn't do that. So, yeah, but I think that's the reality. We know that as players, and I definitely know that having transitioned from when I was at the Giants to Collingwood where all eyes are on you, and now obviously being an established player, I kind of know that eyes are always on you when you're out. So you got to pick and choose what you decide to do, I guess.
It is tough, and you think, we've got a lot of younger players in the league, and I guess I was that when I was younger, going out and enjoying the nightlife. We're only humans. You do want to go out, and for some players, footy is mentally and tough, and it is draining. And for some players, that might be an out. Going out and enjoying the nightlife. I'm picking up my past experience where I think I was 26 and I got arrested in the CBD and for drunk and disorderly. And I kind of said to myself, how do I minimise? Me and my wife sat down and we spoke about how do we minimise putting yourself at risk in those situations. And we kind of said, nothing really good happens after 12, 1 o'clock when there's alcohol involved, especially. And you always get into some sort of trouble. And that's just me personally speaking on my behalf. And so I decided to make that choice. And
So what choice did you make? First of all, would you have been able to make it without your wife?
Probably not, because she was the one who we had that, that hard conversation. And at that time, I was, almost thinking what I'm going to do playing at Carlton, and I thought
that's when it
was the boat cruise that we had, the famous boat cruise, and I kind of had to get my life together. And so I made the decision that I had to minimise putting myself in those risks, being out, drinking, early hours of the morning. Being locked up. So I decided that nothing good happens after 12 to 1 o'clock. And
was that hard? Was that a hard decision? Was it an easy decision, but hard to implement?
It was really, really tough because all the players were still, going out, enjoying it, and going out. And here I was, going home at, 12 to 1 o'clock. But I reckon it really, saved my career, to be honest,
Yeah.
because I really loved doing that and letting my hair down and going out and enjoying the nightlife. But yeah, we made that strong decision, and I guess it worked for me.
Yep.
Does it send a shudder through a footy club when, so Richmond live this 48, 72 hours, no fault on their players' behalf, but it's still a big reality to live?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as the first thing I kind of thought about was wonder what my teammates are thinking, and you know, clearly there's, well, whether it's a mistake or whatever's happened, you kind of think about what you would have done if you were out there in that situation. And yeah, I know when I thought about it, that's exactly what I thought about. That's why I don't enjoy going out. You know, I think another big part to that is you got to make sure you pick the right people to, I guess, go out with, and surround yourself with people who are going to be there and support you, and not put you in a position where, you know, might compromise a few things. So yeah, I don't enjoy going out for a beer or anything.
You got to make the right decisions when you go out too. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you can go out and enjoy yourself, but you know, we all, you know, grown men, you just got to make the right decisions.
But if someone's having a crack at your partner or your wife, what do you? It's easy to say, let's walk away, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
really?
naturally we're hot-headed men, and I know I am. I know that if something was said to my partner Kimmy, that I'd probably, you know, take huge offence to it. But like Eddie said, you got to know what's right and what's wrong, and there's people out there that are going to tell you.
I think if I was put in that situation, if anyone knows my wife, she would have just said, take a backward step, Ed. I've got this under control.
My partner would have done that.
And let them have that.
So when that happens, when something happens, take us inside the footy club. Does the head of football tell you all in a group, this is what happened? Does the player, be it these two, do they get up and tell the group, or does it just filter out to the players by just word of mouth?
Well, I think in my past experience, when I was locked up, the first person I rang was the head of football. I had to call them and tell them, listen, yeah, I've been locked up, and then that would filter back through the club. And then, you know, Monday till Tuesday, you have to get up and explain yourself to the football club and apologise, and I guess earn the trust back and respect.
What's
back
that
from the
like?
players. It's tough, and being put in that situation, I probably never want to be put in that situation again, because, you know, these are your teammates, you know, the guys that you look up to, go out to war each week. And it was nervous, and knowing that you let them down, it was all about gaining that trust and respect back and putting your head down and working hard again.
What was the review like after Sunday?
Yeah, it was you know, tough. It was more so about the periods in the game. Like, we played, you know, some great footy throughout 3 quarters, and you know, and that happened to every single game that we played. You know, we played some great footy this year. We've been in all of our games except for Port Adelaide, and it was just a period of 15 minutes, and on the weekend it was just the last quarter. Reviewed it, and we just know that, you know, it was our defensive actions.
So when David T gets up and says to the public after every game, I believe in this group, I believe we're going to get it right, do you listen to him and say, yep, absolutely, yeah, I'm with him? Or do you think, God, you know, you can say that, but we actually got to change it a lot quicker than what we're saying? I'm not saying to get you to go against the coach in any way whatsoever, but we're getting the same message publicly. Are you getting it inside? Is there a lot of urgency inside?
No, yeah, we believe it as a playing group. You know, we believe, because we're out there playing, and when we're playing out, you know, great footy, we're enjoying it, we're having fun, and we believe that we can beat any team. But it's just those lapses that we speak about.
Defensive lapses?
The defensive lapses. You know, when teams get a run on, you know, how do we stop their run on? You know, it's, if you can't impact the ball there, what are you doing?
So why does it continue, Ed? Why? We've been talking about this for 2 years. I mean, you must be sick and tired of being asked about it.
It is. I guess as Carlton fans and supporters out there too, you know, we don't want to say, oh, we're close enough. We played great footy and we're close enough. You know, we want to go out and win. We want to go out and beat sides. But, you know, we're working on it, and we're working hard on, you know, these lapses in games. But it all comes down to intent, the intent to defend. You know, like I was saying, if you're not going to win the contest in right there, it's what are you doing as a forward? And as a forward, I'm getting up to help my teammates.
How much are the teammates challenging each other and not living up to the coach? That's what a couple of... Nick Del Santo spoke last night about the the peer challenge. Does that happen a lot in the club?
It does. Well, in our line groups we do. So the backs are challenging the backs, the mids are challenging in the mids, and as forwards we challenge each other about what we can do and how we can impact the game. So, for example, in the last quarter, the ball didn't really come down because Adzi was getting it out all the time. So we were figuring out how can we as forwards, make an impact on this game. When it comes down, it's the next contest. It's us, getting up to help out that mids to fill in the defence and trying to stop this run-on that Bulldogs have got.
Where did the spark come from? It had just about got to the point in the game going, I don't know whether the spark's there, and then instantly, there it is.
Your goal?
Yes. It was his
No, because
goal.
Carlton actually went and kicked a goal after that, so it actually wasn't my goal. But I think for us it was, you got to give credit where credit's due. Where credit's due, Carlton obviously came out with an intent and played extremely well in that first half, and even in that third quarter as well. And we wanted to come out and put in a really good performance against a team that, obviously I haven't been at the Bulldogs in the past, but I know that Carlton historically have played really well against the Bulldogs, and in fact last year I think beat them by 10 goals. So we were expecting a really hot contest, and I think, being obviously we're 7-1, being a team that's right up the top of the ladder, we're going to get the best from most teams, and we definitely got the best in that first half. And I think for us, our pressure was a little bit off, and the contest around the ball was off. So, there was a conscious effort to turn that gauge up and really, I guess, try and put Carlton under pressure to try and force that footy over and turn that footy over and get it into the hands of some players that can really do some damage, guys like Bont and Jackson McRae, and get it to, guys like Brucey and Naughty up forward. And I think as soon as that kind of happened, we built off that momentum and the crowd really got involved. And
bang, bang,
bang. Bang, bang, bang.
Right, earn your money. Who's a better player at their best? Marcus Bontempelli or Scott Pendlebury?
I knew you were going to say
Well, we admire them both, don't we?
Yeah,
And you don't have to answer that.
No, they're the two best. They are the two best players that I've played with. I've played with some great players, Brodie Grundy and Howie and Steelo and Josh Dunkley.
Josh Dunkley's a great player. But Bontempelli and
he's
Pendlebury.
a star, mate. He is a, he was a massive reason why we actually turned that game around. And, he puts himself in big moments and he just always does something when he puts himself in those moments, whether it's halving the ball, winning a 2v1, using his legs to get out of stoppage. I think people don't realise, but he's so quick. He's actually really quick and powerful. He just lumbers across the field and it's like a stallion, like a big powerful horse. But no, he's one of the great players, great persons and great leaders that I've played under, and hopefully there's good 4 or 5 years with him.
That's a pretty good summary right there.
Great
Adam,
segment.
Eddie, great to have you both here.
No.
Well done. We've got to team you together more often.
Yeah, don't worry about Jack.
Sorry, Jack.
Chose to take the night off. Didn't miss him at all. The mildly amusing moments before we meet our next Rising Star nominee.